has this wearable been helping me to stay calm in my new life as a mum? Welcome back to another healthHackers review. This one is all about the Apollo Neuro. The makers say it's like a wearable hug for your nervous system that helps you be a calmer, more mindful version of yourself. They claim it can help you relax, fall asleep, clear your mind, focus, and stay energized, depending on the mode you choose. I've been using it nearly every day for more than 7 weeks, and if you recognize it, that could be because I've reviewed the Apollo before. A couple of years ago, back then I used the device for 2 weeks. There were things I liked about it, see that video for the full detail, but ultimately I decided I didn't need this de-stress device in my life. I returned it to the company after my review period. Fast forward 2 years, a new baby, a new home, and a new life as a sleep-deprived parent. Apollo asked me if I wanted to do a follow-up review. In an email I was told we have been seeing an uptick of customer reviews noting their positive experience with Apollo as new parents. I said yes, it would be great to do a video about my experience with one of the newer Apollos with my demands of being a parent now. Before we go any further, 3 important points to make. Number 1, if you're new to the healthHackers channel, hello, I am Gemma. I'm a journalist. I interview pioneering figures in health and I review wellness innovations. If you enjoy this video, I'd love it if you hit the like button or subscribe and leave me a comment below. Number 2, anything on healthHackers should not be considered personal or medical advice. And number 3, I was sent this Apollo for free. I see it as a loan for this review video and I will be returning it to the company afterwards. But if you want an Apollo, you can get 15% off when you use the link beneath this video. If you do, I receive an amount at no extra cost to you. As always, my reviews are honest regardless of any of these affiliate arrangements. See the summary text for more details. So here's a look at what came in the box. The Apollo itself, a charging cable, a second longer strap, and some instructions. How is it supposed to work? It's all to do with little vibrations that the company says set off touch receptors in your skin that send safety signals to your brain and help you feel safe and in control. The neuroscientist who co-founded Apollo told me in my first healthHackers review video about this device that human touch has been one of the most evolutionarily conserved ways that we convey safety to one another, helping to restore a sense of calm.
So we developed Apollo based on this knowledge and based on the understanding of breathwork and biofeedback to effectively help nudge us into a state of mindful presentness by sending these positive safety signals, which are in the form of gentle, soothing vibrations that kind of feel like an ocean wave washing over our bodies. It's sort of just barely noticeable, but it helps us be present and mindful, and we see this in our clinical trials when we look at the signs of nervous system change and cognitive performance.
The company says the feeling of the vibrations can be compared to a cat's purr. If that's a useful comparison for you, I'm allergic to cats, so I wouldn't know, but I do like the way the vibrations feel when I notice them. I tend to just put it on, select a mode and a duration, so 15, 30 minutes, for example, and then forget about it. I haven't worn it constantly for the last 7 weeks. You don't need to. I just put it on when I feel I want to try and benefit from one of the modes. By the way, if you need details on what buttons to press and what each different mode is used for and information about setting the intensities, check out my first Apollo review video for all of that. Link is in the summary. This follow-up video is more about my experience with the device now as a parent. I'd say my most used modes are sleep and renew, which I repeat throughout the night every time I get back into bed after breastfeeding my baby. Then relax and unwind for evenings while I'm cooking and eating dinner after putting my baby down to sleep. Then there's energy and wake up for a morning boost, and I do feel like I get a little wake up kick from that setting. The company says it's best to wear Apollo near to a bone, like your ankle or wrist. I prefer to wear it on my ankle because it feels a bit cumbersome for me on my arm, and I don't want it to interfere when I'm holding my baby. Previously, in my first Apollo review, you may remember I only used it for a couple of weeks. This time round, the company's partner marketing manager, Kate Arvidsson, recommended wearing it for longer.
peak results are seen, between like 30 and 40 days with continuous use. And by continuous use, that's like 3 to 5 hours a day. Not 3 to 5 hours straight necessarily. You can do 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, fitting it into your day as it naturally occurs versus having to really like chunk off time to use it. It does take a little bit for your body to get acclimated to the vibration therapy. And as you may know, it does actually help increase your heart rate variability, and that does occur over time. It's not going to be an instant quick fix. It does take a little bit of time.
I wanted to speak to Kate for this video review because she's also a parent. Apollo claims to help ease the stresses of life with kids, so I asked Kate for the top 3 ways that she thinks it does that for her.
As a mother, as a busy parent, as a working mom, there's a lot of thoughts that are always going on in our head. It's like racing thoughts. You can't turn it off. And so when I'm doing these practices, whether yoga or walking, it's really hard for me to transition from being a busy, mom who's working and doing all these things to that kind of like, okay, now this is me time. I just need to take this time for myself and kind of get the most out of those practices. So wearing my Apollo has really helped me get there quicker. I really like the mindfulness setting. And so I use that in yoga on a regular basis. And, ever since doing that, I've just found that it does help me be more present in the moment while I am taking time for myself, which as a mom, it doesn't happen all the time. So you want to make the most out of it. Another way where I found it very beneficial as a parent is when I'm making dinner for my family. It actually, I feel like has kind of helps your digestion, gets your body ready, and brings you down to that parasympathetic state where you are in rest and digest. Lastly, I think, the sleep focus settings, the relaxed settings, I use those at the end of the day. When I'm getting my daughter ready for bed, I'm on relax and unwind. That's really just helping me unwind from my day, while I'm going through our nightly routine.
Well, after using Apollo almost every day for nearly 8 weeks now in my new life as a parent, it is time to round up my likes and dislikes. I'm going to begin with the dislikes. Firstly, there's no jump back option. And what I mean is, if I'm about to get into bed and I start a 30-minute sleep and renew cycle, but then I get called away for my baby, by the time I get back into bed, I want the setting to start from the beginning again. And that means opening up the app and reselecting it, or you wait until the end of the 30 minutes and then replay it by pressing the 2 buttons on the side. It'd just be good if there was a jump to the start option, like when you're playing a music track. Secondly, the app can feel a little sluggish sometimes after pressing play or when it's connecting to the Apollo. Thirdly, it feels a bit bulky on my wrist and I don't want it to interfere when I'm holding my baby. Yet in my first review video, I told you I didn't find the size too bulky. So my opinion on bulkiness has changed and I have mostly been wearing it around my ankle. Next, battery. Because I use it for at least 3 hours in the evening and nighttime, I charge it during the day. It'd be great if I could leave it for a few days without charging it. But the battery life has a lot to do with how high I set the intensities and how long I choose for the mode durations. See my first video for more on that. Next, cost. At the time of recording, the Apollo costs $399. It comes with a new clip that the company has just launched while I've been making this video so that you can wear Apollo on other parts of your body like a bra strap or waistband. I have not tested the clip, so I can't tell you what it's like. But if you don't want the clip, the website currently shows you can buy a certified refurbished Apollo for $349. Now, I feel those prices are pretty high and I would want to be really sure it worked for me before investing. The company does have a 60-day money-back guarantee, and if you look at other products in the stress relief wearable market right now, Apollo isn't wildly more expensive. For example, the Sensate, another bit of anti-stress kit that I reviewed previously on HealthHackers, that costs $249. There's the Muse meditation headband with prices ranging from around $200 to $400. And my final dislike, I can't tell for certain if Apollo is making a true and significant difference to how I'm feeling as a parent or how I'm sleeping. And that's partly because I am a new parent. I don't use a sleep tracker. My sleep is disrupted multiple times every single night at the moment. However, for my first review video, I did track my sleep when reviewing Apollo and saw my sleep score improve by 4.6%. When I was speaking to Kate for this video, I asked her if an Apollo user says they just don't feel it's doing anything for them, what might they be doing wrong?
That's a really good question. I mean, I don't necessarily, I really truly think everyone can benefit from an Apollo. It's not just, some people who are wired for more stress and anxiety. I think it can help everyone, especially in the world we're living in today. However, I know that, it might not be for everyone. I think you have to kind of go into it with an open mind. And I think the thing that I would see as being a hindrance to getting the benefits is maybe not having an open mind and not giving it enough of a shot, if that makes sense. So thinking that, hey, this is a quick fix and it's going to solve all my sleep problems and it's going to make me just completely calm instantly. Like, that's not what it is. It's meant to be used over time. It's meant to really help your body, regulate stress and be able to handle things better. So just kind of going into it with an open mind, I think it's really important with anything we do. And this is no different.
Okay, now I'll tell you my likes about the Apollo. My top like is that I just like the way it feels. Gentle, soothing vibrations. It makes me feel nice, especially in the evenings. When I'm trying to get back to sleep after feeding my baby in the night, I like believing that pressing those two little buttons to replay the sleep and renew mode might be helping me to drift off into a restful sleep. As I mentioned earlier, I do think the energy and wake up mode gives me a little kick in the mornings. And in case you're wondering how a de-stress device can be designed to help you feel calm 1 minute, but also give you a boost of energy on a different setting, or even help you to feel more social and open, Apollo compares it to music, saying it can perk you up or calm you down. The modes are like vibrational songs designed to shift your mental state, delivered through touch. My next like. Apollo can operate in airplane mode, which is how I like to leave my phone overnight. Thirdly, reported results on other users. Now, I've no idea if it's affected my heart rate variability. HRV is considered a marker of your body's stress resilience, but Apollo claims its stress-relieving technology has been tested across thousands of users through clinical trials, and it has seen an average of 11% increase in HRV, 40% less stress, and 19% more time in deep sleep. For a non-invasive device that you wear, and without knowing the scientific ins and outs of those studies, the results do seem impressive at face value. Finally, you can schedule modes to start playing automatically throughout the day. I haven't used much of this feature because as a new parent, things are often unpredictable. It wasn't a feature when I reviewed the Apollo previously, but it might be useful for you to know now. That is it for my likes and dislikes. So in answer to my own question at the start of the video, has this wearable been helping me stay calm in my new life as a mum? Maybe. In my first review of the Apollo, I told you that it was hard to tell whether my life was better with it than without it. And I'd have to say, I stand by that conclusion today. Thank you for watching this episode. If you found it interesting, I would love it if you hit the like button or subscribe and leave me a comment below. It really means a lot when you support my work and give feedback in that way. Bye for now.